All right, let's go ahead and look ahead to next year's title odds, too, while you guys are here. Clippers, Warriors, Nets, Celtics all have the shortest odds, plus 600, top of the board there. Which team stands out? Which team would you bet right now, Maddie?
I'm extremely not ready to talk about this yet, but if I have to, I think there's two teams at 40-1 that are both interesting with the Utah Jazz. And I'll just leave them aside for now because Rudy Gobert, we don't really know where he's going to be, Donovan Mitchell. So that's contingent on certain roster moves. So I'll go with the other one instead, and that's the New Orleans Pelicans, who I think we kind of talked about this when they got eliminated. They get Zion Williamson back. That's a really good foundation that team has. So if there's any team that's currently a long shot that could really become a dominant force in the Western Conference or wherever, but just a team that can make a run to the finals, I think the Pelicans are probably the one bet. I mean, personally, I need some time off from NBA futures after this series, but like 2 days from now, maybe I'll take the Pelicans. I think 40-1 is a pretty good value.
I mean, Chinmay, usually with the NBA, you can count title contenders on one hand, but looking at the DK Sportsbook and these odds, you can look at close to like 10 teams that you can make a legitimate case for.
Yeah, and one thing to note is it's really early right now. The draft is going to change some things. Free agency will definitely change some things. There will be some trades in the offseason. Matt mentioned with Utah, there's going to be some moves there. So these odds will definitely shift. As of right now, I'm not going in the 40-1 long shot range. But one team to look at is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are just underneath those first four teams. The Bucks were up 3-2 on the Celtics in this postseason, and they didn't have Chris Middleton. Maybe if they have Chris Middleton, they win that series. They probably get past the Miami Heat. And then it's, a showdown with the Warriors in the finals. And who knows? Giannis is a tough matchup for Golden State. So I think the Bucks are definitely a value play if you're not looking at one of those top four teams. But if I'm picking right now, as I just alluded to, I can't pick against the Warriors. This is starting to look like a fool's errand to try to predict when this team is going to go away. So at this moment, if you're looking for someone outside of that top four, I think the Bucks are a nice value add, but I can't pick against Golden State until I actually see them lose a series.
I mean, Jeff, Jaylen Brown saying the future looks bright here. I mean, maybe 1 year for some of these young guys to grow up, plus 600 odds.
I'm going to look a little further down the board. I won't.
Good job. I am proud of you for doing this. I'm proud of you. This is a test.
Thank you. How about taking the team that just went to the Western Conference Finals and possibly picked up the key piece that they've been missing? The Mavericks having the 11th best odds to win the championship at plus 1,500 feels a little low to me. They have the resources to bring back Jalen Brunson if they want to. Spencer Dinwiddie looked fantastic in his role as their sixth man last year. And then they just traded for Christian Wood, a guy who can give you 17 and 10 on a nightly basis with the ability to stretch the floor. And the best part is they got him for basically nothing. I looked at that trade when it happened. First of all, I was shocked that Dallas pulled it off for what they gave up. And you look at his contract, you say, oh, well, maybe he's making more than you think. No, the dude's making like $14 million a year. Houston just dumped him for pretty much no reason. I understand he wasn't a fit there, but I feel like they could have gotten more. And then back to the Mavericks, they'll have a ton of interchangeable pieces to work with between Tim Hardaway Jr. coming back. People forget he was their second best player this year before he went down with an injury. Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith. This is going to be a championship caliber team next year.